What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Geodepths. As I understand it, this is a game about space mining inside of like a drill ship, and I think that sounds just really fantastic. I like mining. I like digging. I don't know what it is about me, but I yearn for the mines. And so anyways, we're going to dive on in for about 30 minutes to see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or pass on if after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself. I will have a link for you down below in the description, and then, of course, on top of that, you'll find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream in case you wanted to hang out live and see the games that have been here on the channel, typically in more depth. Sometimes I just play around with other fun stuff. Let's start a new game and see what this one has on offer for us. Okay, so I have awakened inside of the cylinder. The cylinder protects. I'm gonna guess that that's like my respawner in case I get eaten by some kind of monster down below the soil. That doesn't look like it does anything, so I guess we'll walk on down the hallway. Is that the planet I'm supposed to be mining right there? Beauteous planet. Okay, we'll go take a look at it in a little bit. Over on this side, the Manticore, it's Manticore 4. Gotcha. Is any of this stuff interactable? Very immersive. It's kind of messy in here. Like, why are we storing cargo inside of, like, our relaxation R&R area? We got to get on top of that. What's up with this door right here? Does it open? I don't know if it does. That door seems to be, like, closed. Over here, it looks like we've got our Core Explorer drill. Okay, so that's our guy. And then over here, it looks like we've got some kind of multi-tool gun, so it'll allow us to have light and scanning capabilities. Okay. Mission Terminal. It's time, Driller. As you know, you've been hired by the Planetary Mining Corp to survey the depths of the outer rim planet Manticore 4. A small base has already been set up in a suitable cave closer to the surface, and the Core Explorer drill can be found docked there. Collect resources, yada, yada, yada. I'm sure you'll be fine. Sure, absolutely. When you're ready to go, jump in the teleporter. Okay. This seems like there's no videos or anything that I have to watch. Dude, this is gonna kill me. This is not a teleporter. This is a human eraser, and then it just reconstructs me on the other side. I don't want to do this. Well, I'm dead. This is what it feels like to be dead. Thanks, Space Corp. Alright, what do we got going on in here? We are clearly down below and beneath the surface now. We've got some kind of like Mucinex fluid over here that's helping us effervesce and no longer have any congestion. We've got an auto door, so that's pretty cool. We've got like the Star Trek doors over here that open on their own. What else is going on around here? There's a big bootin', and I don't think anything's actually happening inside of here, so I'm just going to go outside, I guess. That's drill storage right there. And this appears to be... Oh, God. This is kind of like when you get on, like, one of those hyper-immersive Disneyland rides. And you're not exactly sure what's going to happen next. So my drill ship is over here. And how do I pilot the drill ship? Well, it looks like we can scan for ore, so that's pretty cool. There's some ore over this way. So, like, let's go ahead and steer this thing, maybe. Okay, we're kind of on our way. From what I can discover here, I think we can dig, like, different colors, but some colors we cannot dig. There we go. Okay, so we, like, smack into a wall, and there are certain colors that our little drill ship cannot dig right now. That was the part that had me confused. I was sitting here for, like, 5 minutes, and I ran into that wall. I ran into, like, this wall. I ran into the up wall. Like, I was basically checking each color, like, iteratively, and I thought maybe the drill was off, and it didn't work, because there's no indicator that you're actually drilling here. So I thought, like, maybe it was this lever right here that makes the thing drill. Not the case. Don't know what this does right here. Nothing has a label on it. Nothing tells you exactly what it does. A few sticky notes would probably be a good idea. But for right now, we are in motion and we are drilling. So let's go see if we can get some ore or something over here. I'm going to hit it full speed, and it looks like we've got a number of kind of like points of interest or caves or something that the game wants us to be aware of. Let's drill a tunnel out this way. Okay, so we've got 2 undiscovered ores right here. And That's what that does. Okay, now it makes sense. This brings down our little optical, like, mining array. So now we've got to do kind of like the paleontology thing, where I think we've got to, like, sweep away until we find the actual ore nodes themselves. So we've got an undiscovered ore right there. We'll just call it, like, orange for right now. And, of course, it spells out an L, which is, like, the story of my entire life. Why would that not be the story of my space employment, too? Let's go down this way. Dig to it. It's not giving me the ping right here. I think I got to be a little bit closer. There we go. Perfect. All right, bring that down. Cool. All right, so we've got 5 ore inside of there. I'm going to go ahead and fill up the cargo hold, but I'm going to do it off camera unless I see anything interesting, and then we'll get to kind of like the ore refining and like setting things up and kind of figuring out how that whole system functions. I was told that there was like base building and all kinds of stuff in this game. So like we're going to be fiddling around with the full duration here for the next little bit, but this is very interesting and unique. I tend to like little games like this, games that go their own way and don't really care about genres or convention and just tend to be really odd simulators. These tend to be kind of like my favorites once I get deep down into them. All you have to do is take a look at the amount of videos I've made on Delta V, for example, which is a game about just mining space rocks with microwaves and like weird interactions you have with other people in space who are also mining. And you'll see that these games tend to be very addictive for me. Oh, we can't get it. Can I, if I get a little bit closer? No. I was kind of hoping. We can't get through the brown dirt right there. What are those? It's a cave. Okay, let's go to the cave then. Let's kind of dig away. A cave wreck. What happens if I dock right here? Oh, we can. Well, it looks like we've got mushrooms and things around here, and we've got some kind of like growing spike vine like you would see in Deep Rock Galactic. We've got some kind of subterranean cactus over here. I don't know if any of this stuff is going to be incredibly interesting for us, but I do appear to have some kind of gun or some kind of something. A scanner? It is a drill tech capsule that allows us to drone drill. I like drones too. Drones are a big deal to me. How deep does this cave? Oh, I can scan all these? I will scan all of them. So we've got a tuber fruit over. Oh, and now I can collect them. Can I collect the guy back here? I don't know if it'll let me collect that guy back there, but it did let me collect some biomass, but the mushrooms don't appear to really be like a big concern, I guess. So like I have questions here. Oh, we can scan this guy too. It is a thorny tendril, and it gave us 100 research. Is there anything in here that I haven't seen? So there's basically like an old couple chunks of drill ship over here. Also got some shelf fungus right there. Can't scan those, can't scan those. I don't think I have like a manual drill or like any dynamite or anything that I can throw around. So I think we're probably done here. It doesn't say that I can't pick that up due to having inventory constraints. So I'm hoping that by scanning it, we have recovered it. I don't know that for certain, though. We'll go ahead and close this on off. We'll hop into the pilot seat. And let's head back to base, I think. All right, so we're back at home now. Let's see if we can do anything with all this stuff that we picked up along the way. It's a little bit dark and spooky in here, but it looks like we can offload our cargo. So there goes 6 ores of indeterminate type. They are going maybe to a refinery, and there goes our biomass right there that we collected from all the various critter... Dude, don't make scary noises. I thought there was going to be bugs down here. I don't know if this game is meant to be entirely relaxing or if there's going to be bad guys and, like, space bugs that are like, wee! And, like, run around you like, they're in the walls, man! Keep drilling! Hit the quota! Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be that type of game, but maybe. Oh. It's a light switch. And it works. I mean, it looks like we're somewhat stable. So scan ore to unlock recipes. Is this the scanner over here? Scan ore to unlock recipes. Resource scan available. I like that noise right there. It makes me happy. We found copper ore. Surprise, surprise. It was orange. It's copper. Technically, it should have verdigris on it because it's native copper, so it should be kind of like malachite colored, but I'm not going to nitpick too much as a geologist. So we've got copper, and then it looks like this thing actually changed. What does this do now? I like the sense of exploration here, and I like, weirdly enough, I like how nothing is explained. So in a sea of Next Fest demos that are basically extended tutorials that like nitpick everything down to like how to rotate the camera and force you to do it 5 times in a row, I love the fact that this game is just like, welcome to the mining base, figure it out later. Like, this is exactly the way I like to, it gives me that sense of whimsy and like exploration of the unknown. I like it. Refine? Oh, there it goes. Let us see what the industrial machine doth poop. It pooped. It hath created the bars, because everyone knows that everything needs to be rectangles before you can use it for anything useful. I like how delightfully animated everything is, too. Like, you've got little pistols pumping, you've got little conveyors conveying, you've got, like, on the wall over here, it's monitoring the power levels, which are going up and down while you're processing things. I dig it. Copper ore's done. I don't know how that benefited me. It looks like it offloaded it somewhere else, and none of these other terminals lit up. So I am going to guess that maybe we have to do some more drilling, like we need to find different types of ore, maybe, that we can combine with the copper. It's possible that we need to find tin or something, too, in order to refine it. Let's get back out here in the field and see what we can find. So we're going to tune the scanner to undiscovered ores. Ping that for me. So there's a couple undiscovered ores over there. Let's go ahead and see if we can grab them. It's going to be rough digging right here because that kind of like light orange soil is tough on our drill. But over here, we should be able to swoop in. And we do have an undiscovered ore here. Deploy the drill. Fantastic. Go ahead and put the overhead up and let another scan go off, and it looks like we've actually got another one right directly in front of us. What do you think, chat? Would you take this job in space? I'd take this job in space. My granddad, when he was like my age, like in his 30s, after he got done with his military service, after like he got out of the army, he came back and he ended up working for the Geological Survey in a place called Hellhole, California, where they basically just paid him to live in a cabin out in the wilderness next to a big lake called Hellhole, like a water reservoir. And his job was just to test water levels and like fish levels and stuff like that. And that was it. It was him and a geologist, and they just hung out in a cabin, and they smoked cigarettes, and they played guitars, and they had a dog, and they just wandered around the land, just making sure that all the readings were fine. That was the entire job, was just somebody needed to live there in case the needle moved. That's it. That sounds like the best job to me ever. I would love that job. I think the loneliness might get to some people, but I've never had a problem with my own company. I've heard a bunch of people talk about how it's weird to live alone, but I lived alone for, God, probably a couple years, and it was great. I loved every moment of it. Maybe I'm just antisocial. I don't know. I do kind of wish you could lock the throttle. It doesn't seem to want to lock the throttle. I wish you could lock the throttle. That way you could steer. But doesn't seem to work that way. All right, home again with our new ore. I'm guessing it's tin, and we're going to need to make bronze or something. Step 1. Offload ore. I'm going to pretend like you didn't see me come out of that door, like I didn't forget what step 1 was. All right, pretend that I didn't come out of this door, and pretend that I came out of that door and I went straight over here to unload my ore. From here, we're going to scan this bad boy, see what we got. Oh, I didn't even notice the little animation when we did the copper. Cool. Maybe it would be, it's iron ore, actually. Okay. I thought maybe it would be unobtainium. Hub construction 1. Research it. We have all the stuff that we need. Oh, we've got a hologram, dude. Okay, so that's all nice and done now. That's been scanned. Let's set up the iron to be processed so that at least that's working while we're looking at these menus over here. And so we've got a couple of touchscreen buttons. We can get decorations. We can get drill upgrades. We can get a power terminal upgrade. Yeah, let's get the power upgraded, I guess. That sounds okay to me. Oh, the little hologram changes depending on what you're working on. Very nice. Okay, so if the power system's done, I would say let's get the drill upgrade done as well. I think I can actually afford pretty much everything over here. There goes one of our iron bars right there. The iron bars in this game kind of remind me of old school RuneScape. They've got like that bluish tone to them that they have in like RuneScape. Okay, and then I don't really care about decorations, but we have the points available, so like screw it. I'm going to do it anyways. I now have a construction gun. Okay, but it takes quite a bit of iron to get this stuff done. We have enough iron to do this room. Hey, and there it is. It just kind of like expands the size. I don't know how I shift in between categories here. It says Q and E, but it's just like beeping at me in kind of like an upsetty spaghetti way. So, it's the number keys. Okay, gotcha. So we've got desks. We've got inventory terminals over here. So that's just going to like tell me what I have. That's probably like a smart thing to have somewhere near the refinery. So I'm going to put it like right here. There we go. Cool. Now I know what I have inside my inventory. All nice and neat and tidy. I think we should probably get back out there and grab some more iron. I mean, iron seems to be the main thing that we need. Oh, I can build another refinery. So, oh, this is a number go up game, dude. Okay. This is a number go up game. I need iron for my drill upgrades, though. And it also looks like I have a power terminal, I think. Don't I? I actually don't have a power terminal, so it might be a good thing to pick up and put over here in like our little utility area. There we go. So with the power terminal, it looks like we have demand versus consumption and production. Okay. So we're producing right at 20 power, and it appears to be stable. So I think we're largely in okay shape. Let me go grab... I'm going to look at some of these things I can build. Okay, so I kind of have bad news. We're going to need, like, a lot of iron and a lot of copper in order to get this thing done. So I'm going to go and mine my little heart out until I have more things... that there are no undiscovered ores. I'm going to go mine my heart out until I have all the things that I need in order to continue building up my base then. The resource farming is going reasonably well. I've got a nice little stack kind of built up back at base so that we can do some construction. But as a little bit of like a progress report, I will say that we're starting to develop kind of like these little highways and thoroughfares. Basically little roads in the anthill that give me like easier access to varying areas, and I sort of dig that. Like, I like that a lot. I still can't get into the darker brown areas, so we have to stick to kind of like the oranges and sort of like the, I suppose, amber colors for right now. But I would like to get in there. There's a lot of iron around, but I'm having a bit more trouble sourcing copper. Yeah, I think we've gotten most of the copper around here. Like, I'm looking for some, but all of the copper tends to be buried in the darker colored soil or the darker colored rock that I can't quite dig out right now. So I think we're just going to have to wait it out. We'll check this cave, though. I'm in the neighborhood, and I wanted to show you guys some more footage anyways. I feel like this entire video has just been me kind of like quietly playing by myself and editing things together, because this is kind of like one of those games that's about the silent joy of the infarmining. And that's pretty much it. Like, this is a game you play quietly and like farm by yourself to make the number go up higher, which means that it's not going to be incredibly stimulating for YouTube content. But I think the developer, who is a one-man, I think this is a one-man job. I think he should be proud of what he's accomplished here, because I think this may be one of the more original demos of the current Next Fest. There's a lot of RPGs out of there. There's a lot of RTSs. There's a lot of things right now that kind of stick to genre convention and are following sort of like a blueprint for their game, but with like a twist. This right here, this is completely new and awesome. I like it. Doesn't look like we can get back there. What about you guys? A cave dandelion. You know what's odd is that's like, I knew it was going to be called that. Like, I was about to say it looks like a big giant dandelion. Yeah, I think that's about the breadth of this cave. I think we got everything inside of here. So the cave dandelion, I think, is going to be one of the few things we dug up. We'll go ahead and put the old gun away. And I'll head back to base. I think we have enough to craft some stuff with. Maybe. The copper shortage is the tough part. So at the moment, we have 28 iron and we have 13 copper. What that's going to build for me, I don't really know. But, oh, we've also got a remover tool. Okay, cool. Let me put the gun away for a second and start the refining of the iron, and then we'll break this guy back out. So I kind of want to do the drill upgrade terminal. That's what I was thinking with the limited resources that we currently have available. Like, I figure we put this guy in right here, and we kind of figure out what it is or isn't that we can do. And it looks like, in fact, this makes our drill ship better. So we've got higher storage. We've got faster mining. I think the mining speed... So I think storage and rock toughness is going to be the biggest part. Mining drones is kind of interesting. I don't know what those do for me. Like, will they go out and, like, dig rock, like in the overworld map gameplay? Or are they going to help me out with the mini game? I don't really know. Load 15 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. So I was pondering, I'm still like farming, dude. This is one of those games that like putting together a video takes a little while because like you gotta kind of like farm a lot. You gotta figure out what you want to work on. I think I'm set on rock toughness strength. So we're just gonna go ahead and upgrade that right now. Rock toughness strength we're running out of resources in the starting area. And so I think that if we do the wrong thing here, we may get ourselves into trouble. So now there's a new grade of rock that we can dig through, which I think is really good. I think we'll probably upgrade our storage too. I forgot to refine this. Hold on. The power of editing. All right, it's all done. We've refined everything. The power of editation. So more storage and heavier drill strength, I think, is a good place to start. That feels like a solid choice to me. All the sound effects in here, everything sounds and feels good. Oh, yeah, look at that right there. I gotta learn how to read this grid, but I think we're gonna need some more electricity soon. Yeah, we've got enough, I think we've got enough juice to where we can run like 2 things at a time, but more than that, and I think we're gonna end up with kind of like a brownout. Let's get back out. Let's test out this new drill feeling that we've got. So did that give me +5 to my storage? It did. So +5 to the storage. Let's see if we can dig through. I'm guessing it'll be that rock right there, like the slightly browner orange right here is the new one that we can drill. Or is it this darker one over here? Oh, we can dig the darker one now. Okay, good. I'm happy to hear that because it wanted me to find a wreck, and I know where the wreck is, so that's where we're headed. It appears to me as though the wreck is inside this cave system right here. Yep, that's our guy. We're all ready for docking, so let's give this a go. Guns up, boys. Space Marines. I don't think this is going to be a game with threats and things that want to hurt you, in all honesty. It doesn't feel like that kind of game to me. What are you? Drill tech capsule. So, drone return home. Oh. Bones. Creepy. Don't like that. Not the hugest fan. Was there anything off to the left over here, or was it specifically the capsule? Okay, so it's specifically the capsule we were digging out of this area. I like it. I think this is really rad, in all honesty. I think they've done a really good job. The game comes across quick. This may be one of the most unique demos, I think, of the Steam Next Festival, in all honesty, and probably now one of the ones that I'm most interested in after having played it. I played a demo of this game a while back, like maybe it was even the last Next Fest, but I held off because it was kind of clear to me that it was too early on. Like, I fiddled with it for a little bit, but like this entire drilling minigame right here, it had like no background to it, so you were just like in a black screen and you just kind of like cruised around until you hit a dot, and then once you hit a dot you would mine things. I felt like it wasn't ready yet, at least not for me and my channel, and so I kind of like backburnered it. And then I happened upon it again while I was kind of like digging through various things to cover this week during the Steam Next Festival, just so I could like, you know, populate my week with some content for you guys to take a look at. And that time around, I saw a developer. The developer keeps track of his development. He posts YouTube videos of what he's working on and of the code and everything else, like the code base that he's been expanding, so on and so forth. And he had posted one of those, and I ended up watching that through and was like, okay, I feel like we're kind of getting towards now where people can get a first taste of Geodepths. And I think I like what they're playing around with here. I think it invokes some of those same, I think, attributes and hallmarks and touchstones that make something like, oh, I don't know, like we've got Subnautica in here. I feel a little bit of Planet Crafter in here. I feel a little bit of like Cookie Clicker in here. Like there's definitely like idle game aspects in here. There's kind of dad game aspects in here with the way that the UI functions, where you've got some of the things that you would expect to see from a game like Viscera Cleanup Detail or other more complicated games like Landlord Super. When it comes to the way that the UI works and like how you've got to figure out what every button does with zero training. I feel a lot of those aspects in there as well. And I think that's a good thing, because you guys may not know this about me, but I'm a big fan of dad games. I love stuff like Mon Bazoo. I love stuff like Viscera Cleanup Detail. I really enjoy Landlord Super, despite the fact that it's just like a buggy mess. And so this is a game that's right up my alley. I think this may actually be one of my favorite demos of the Steam Next Fest. This is great. I can't wait to play the final version. Keep at it, developer. Don't doubt yourself. You are making something awesome here, and it's only a matter of time before the internet figures that out and your Steam forums are inundated with people making posts. I can promise you that. This is rad. I like it a lot. Catch y'all later. Thanks for hanging out with me. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what is worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were playing around with a title that's called Geodepths. I have no idea. There was so much editing during this and so much farming during this that I don't know if my timeline is long or short right now. I don't. My stopwatch, unfortunately, I lost track of it. And so I don't know how long this video is going to be, but even if it's like 20 minutes long, I feel as though we've got the rough idea across enough to where like people that are going to be into a title like this are going to be like, oh yeah, let me go download the demo real fast. And that's really all that I'm ever trying to get after when I make these videos, is just give you enough of a little like a little taste, you know what I mean? A little bit of a palate teaser so that you'll go check it out. I will see you all later. Thank you for the luxury of your time, and that's all I got for you. Bye, folks.